Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 369.
69, dudes!
It's the one everyone wanted to hear.
Yep, it is. You're right.
But, I mean, I'm just saying, 369, Brian.
369, damn day fine.
Yeah, 369, damn day fine.
Yep.
It's like they wrote that song for this episode.
They
however
knew.
many years ago that
Right.
was.
Prophets. That's who they. That's what they are.
Prophets.
Oh man. Boy, this
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been excited about this episode. Super special. We have all sorts of crazy stuff planned. Right?
Yeah, stuff like
69, dudes!
and stuff like
369, damn day fine. You're right. That's about the extent of the episode, actually. So catch y'all next
and
week.
we can think back, 19 episodes ago.
I'm giving you no tree fitty, you goddamn Loch Ness monster!
Or honestly, even last week, because I named the episode Three Teeth Fitty.
That's true. I forgot I had, because it's at the bottom of my soundboard, which I don't see very often.
Right.
Because, scrolling, I wish I had a real, legit radio studio with an actual soundboards and, maybe like a kegerator and interns. Because having these buttons would be perfect if I could see them all.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
If only. If only.
But I rearranged stuff a little bit so it's a little bit closer so I can actually read the tiny text with my old eyes.
All we need is a rich benefactor / sugar daddy / sugar mama.
Nice.
Because again, as we've said in the past, listen, if the price is right.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Or I guess I should have went with the wrestling one, which, everyone's got a price.
We did that during our testing, but all right. Definitely.
Yep.
Ted DiBiase knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, he did. Well, he was the $1 Million Man.
He was. You know what, though? In hindsight, didn't dress like it.
Nah, not really. No. Well, aside from the glittery suits, I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if they had a $1 Million Man gimmick now, you'd have to have them in, Yeezys and,
Yeah, it would literally be almost any of them now, though. Any of the bigger name guys.
Because they're all $1 Million Men.
Yeah. So, I know.
That's true.
You'd have to bump it
that
up.
gimmick, it'd have to be the $1 Billion Man, and they really couldn't do that.
Right. Because, yeah exactly. Unless Vince comes out.
God damn it. $1 Million Man became an Austin Powers joke.
He did. You're totally right. Oh, man.
Poor guy.
Man,
Is he dead?
Dude. Huh?
Is he dead?
No, he's still very alive.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I would
I
love...
hope he's not like the retired food stamp man now or something.
No, not as far as I know. Ooh. I know he got into preaching for a while. I don't know what he's doing now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Preaching about God or about money? Yeah. I can see him as a motivational speaker.
Oh, dude, about God though.
Like Tony Robbins, but he just chokes people out and shoves money in their face.
Wow, so he's the opposite of Tony Robbins.
Yeah, basically.
He just takes all their money.
We all know what Virgil's up to.
Yeah.
Cleaning windshield somewhere.
Trying to get $25 a headshot and an autograph. Trying to trick people into getting autographs.
God damn it, Virgil.
Yeah. You want an autograph? Yeah, sure. Sign something, hands it to you. $25. And for those listening, I'm not joking. He literally does that.
Yeah.
He was super nice to us, though. He could not have been nicer to us when we were talking to him.
Shit. Right?
All those years ago. But anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Once upon a time, Brian.
Mm.
Before he needed every $25.
Right. I would like to have $1 Million Man come back. Can you imagine if they did a down on his luck angle with him? He used to be the $1 Million Man, but $1 million doesn't go as far as it used to.
That would be hilarious.
He's still got a good amount of money, but he's not he's not $1 Million Man anymore. He's about a $470,000 man now. And it's all tied up,
Exactly.
It's all in investments and stuff.
Yeah,
He's got a Starbucks franchise that's doing well, but it's
I want to see him come back as the struggling to pay the bills man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be amazing.
Right.
Do you have a senior discount?
Yeah.
Dude, he chokes someone out, shoves coupons in their mouth.
Dude, he ain't giving up his coupons. He needs
expired
those.
Coupons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Although he'll probably still try to fight the cashier over them.
Right.
That's what he's doing. He's choking out cashiers and shoving the coupons in their mouth.
Right. Dude, my favorite $1 Million Man thing is, aside from the shoving money in people's mouths, because that used to make me laugh, even as a little children's.
$1 Million belt.
Well, yeah. Dude, do you remember when he used to do the gimmicks where he would offer people money to do something and then sabotage them? The one he told a kid he'd give him $100 if he dribble a basketball. The kid goes to dribble it and he just smacks it out of the way or whatever. What a good heel. What an ass.
All right.
Those were great though.
Yeah, the good old days of wrestling.
Yeah.
I kind of do want to see a new gimmick at the $1 Million Man, though.
Right?
The used car salesman man. Why does it always have to be something the man, though?
That would be great. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, he's a man, so.
I guess.
Yeah. That would be so much fun, though. If I ran a side promotion to where you just do, like, there's one, what's it called? Shakara, I think it is. They do just crazy stories and stuff. And, like, they have guys that are like monsters and different stuff in there. There's some really awesome storylines. You know, if you're into way over the top stuff, this would be perfect for that.
Just like, not even It's Still Real to Me, damn it, guy. It's like, no.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's Ted DiBiase. He's coming down the ring. Instead of slapping 5 from people, he's just shaking a cup as he's walking down, you know.
We'll wrestle for food.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's so terrible.
Tis.
Yeah. No, I'm
tis.
very happy he's not dead. I don't know if he was ever really into the, you know, boozer pills or anything type stuff in that scene.
Well, I assume piles of coke, because $1 Million Man in the 80s.
You would think so. That's part of why he's no longer $1 Million Man. So much
Could
coke.
be. So much coke.
Yep. Oh,
coke for days.
He looked like Kenny Rogers at the end of a night, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, exactly. His just face and hair is all white from the coke.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So much coke.
I'm pretty disappointed that we're talking cocaine and there hasn't been a Dr. Roxo drop, Tony.
Oh, yeah. I still do have it on here now that I can see the fonts.
So sad.
Yeah.
Oh, this is too much fun.
I know, right?
Dr. Roxo. Damn it, why haven't they made Funko Pops of that property yet? I would love a Dr. Roxo Pop.
You really think that they would have goddamn Def Clock?
Mm-hmm. I would definitely want that whole group.
I'm just saying.
And Dr. Roxo. You better give me a Dr. Roxo.
It would be silly not to, Brian.
And maybe a fan with, like, head exploding action or something to that effect.
And you definitely need some of their minions, the black hooded minions that die by the thousands at a concert.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's what yeah. So good.
Terrific.
Yep. Oh, all right. Well, we've been pretty silly here.
You know what we haven't done in a while?
What's that?
69, dudes!
There we go.
Yep.
Makes me feel better about myself.
What number am I thinking of?
369, damn right.
That number?
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
So dumb.
I know, right?
Oh, man. All right, well, how's your week been? You know, regale us with tales of the new, that job. I was trying to come up with a fancy name, but I got nothing.
Employment, occupation, something. Well, I've only worked 3 days this week, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got so far about 16 hours under my belt, which is nice because it's.
Wait a minute, 316.
What? But yeah, it's I don't know, man. Despite the pay cut and stuff, I think this is going to be a better fit for this guy.
Awesome.
Perfectly honest. Although Monday, Tuesday kind of sucked because I was I got there. The dude that hired me wasn't there. No one really knew I was coming.
That's always awesome, isn't it?
And they're like, oh, and so they're like, I'm like, hey, is John here? Because that's the guy who hired me. And the guy's like, no. I'm like, oh, well, hey, my name's Tony. I'm starting tonight. And the guy's like, oh, well, what are you supposed to be doing? I'm like, I don't know. He said, helping out in the kitchen. He's like, oh, okay, well, let me get you to Sean, who's one of the head cooks.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and Sean's like, oh, you're the guy with no kitchen experience? I'm like, yep, that's me. He's like, okay, well, basically, you're going to be, kitchen bitch.
Right.
Like, all right, fair enough. So Monday, Tuesday, it was, shoulder deep in dishes and then, running downstairs and getting them burgers and shit, which was whatever.
Yeah. Did you have to wear a beard net?
No.
Damn.
Which I thought I was going to. Like today, I worked it down in the prep kitchen. I was like, beard net time. Nope.
No?
Perfect. I mean, as long as I'm not like shedding over it, I assume I'm good.
So anyone in our area, if you go to this place and eat some food with some special face parsley, you'll know it was fresh from Tony.
That's just extra manliness sprinkled on there for you.
Why does my caprese salad smell so musky?
Exactly. What happened? Why am I sprouting body hair?
I feel so, I don't know, alive.
But yeah, that kind of sucked. But then when I talked to the dude who hired me the next day and also, Brian, I also learned, first day I showed up and I was in like, shorts, t-shirt like they told me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, it just soaked.
Yeah.
I was like, this sucks.
Wow.
And I was like, so tomorrow I'm wearing an apron.
Oh, I thought you just had a urinary, like you were just hosing yourself.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like.
All right.
So next day, wear an apron. I had on like my khaki work shorts I used to wear at Metzger's.
Yeah.
And there was one point I got because it was busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a breather, so I went, took a leak. And I'm like, wow, my underwear is soaked. Through the apron, through the shorts.
Because it's that hot or...
No, just water.
Okay.
Just splash,
Okay. Right.
Because it gets intense. I mean, it's, like shit I've never done before in that tempo.
Like wash your hands?
No, like washing dishes and shit.
Oh, I just thought, they were like, hey, you need to wash your hands. And you were like, whoa.
I was dish bitch.
Oh.
I was in the pit.
Nice. Right. I like it.
So, after day 2, John, he's like, hey, before you leave, come over here and, talk to me. So, he's like, so how's it going? I'm like, learning curve, man. It's stuff I've never done before. He's like, dude, I got all the confidence in the world of you. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I also learned one thing today. It's like football. Always wear darks.
Right? What am I saying?
So I need to get some dark shorts.
Time to go get some Dickies. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Black Dickies.
Yep. Like that's why I said when I heard JR say that the one time on wrestling, I was like, gross, but that's good advice.
Yeah, and that's all I could think when I went and took a leak and I like took the apron off and I was like, God damn it. Always wear darks.
Always wear darks, yep. I'm telling you, some of the best advice I've ever heard.
But he's like, he's like, you'll probably be doing dishes once a week, maybe. I'm really hoping to get you out into the prep area and, eventually out front and everything else. I'm like, all right, works for me. I'm basically taking it as like, I'm the rook, whatever I need to do to get out of this position.
Your name tag should say happy to be here. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. And, I'm there to work. A lot of people I don't feel like they are. There's a lot of, just flipping flappers and checking cell phones and stuff, but,
right.
Damn but like today I, went and, to one of our prep cooks and she had no idea I was coming. But she was like, so have you ever worked in a kitchen? I went, nope. And she's like, oh, this will be fun.
Have you ever worked in a kitchen? My own.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I'm like, I cook everything at home.
Yeah.
But, and I think when she saw me starting to chop stuff, because I have reasonable knife skills, she's like, oh, okay. And, we were bullshitting and, whatever. But I actually enjoyed the prep kitchen aspect.
Yeah.
Because, I like fucking around with food. And
I don't think you're supposed to fuck around with the food, Tony. I think you're supposed to just cut it and get it ready.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
But what I found out is because I asked her, I'm like, who is in charge of food? Because she was over there getting stuff ready, which she made this potato salad and I had taste amazing. Yeah. But, I'm like, so are you in charge of this or what's going on? And she's like, it's kind of like a team effort because they had a head chef. He quit.
Yeah.
And now everyone just kind of contributes. Huh. So it's basically like if you have something and you give it to the owners and they like it, they'll run it as a special. And if it goes over real well, it might get on the menu.
Okay. I
was like, oh, that's kind of like she's going to be doing a whole dinner for like the Mug Club people.
Oh, cool. That's a great incentive too.
It is. She has me. She's like, do you have any good soup recipes? And I'm like, I can make soup. I just throw shit in until it tastes good.
I can make some dick soup. Like I already got a batch right here.
But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a better fit than Life on the Road that I was doing.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think any of us are surprised by that, right?
Yeah, I guess so, right?
I figured this would be more your more your lane of traffic than that, you know.
I think a lot of the people I'm working with are shocked to find out this is the first time I'm doing this, just because I'm like the old guy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are working for pretty much younger, except for like a couple of the cooks. They're about my age or much older.
They're like, shouldn't you be a greeter at Walmart? Yeah. Fuck. Like, look, I'm old, but I ain't that old, damn it.
Oh, God damn it. But yeah, so I'm going back tomorrow to do more prep kitchen stuff. And, you know, I mean, I got to say, I've been digging the schedule.
Yeah.
Because, like, Monday I was like 5 and I got home by 11. Or no, 4 and I got home by 11. Tuesday it was 5 and I was home by 11. Today I worked from like 10 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tomorrow's 10 till, I don't know, I guess whenever we're done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How late are they open?
They close at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
On the weekdays and like 11 on the weekends.
Oh, that's not bad at all,
like
then.
Crazy bar hours.
Right. You could literally get off of there and still go get a couple drinks.
If you wanted to. Well, and the best part is you get post-shift beer, too.
Nice.
You know, so after your shift's done, you get a beer or a flight, which counts as a beer.
Right. Sweet roadies. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm
awesome.
digging it so far.
Very cool.
It is an interesting change of pace. I'm still adjusting to that.
Yeah. Have I know it was only 3 days, but have you been there during a like getting slammed kind of time?
Well, like Monday apparently was pretty slow and it felt slow. And then Tuesday, that was average for a weekday. But I mean, I was just like, Jesus, like the cook was like, hey man, you hungry? He's like, I'll make you a burger. I'm like, all right. And he made me burger and fries and I never got a chance to eat it. Because I just got buried.
Yeah.
And then like, it was like 2 hours later and he comes by and he's like, Tony. I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, is this your burger that's looking like a dead dog on the side of the road? I was like, yes, it is. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend eating that. I'll make you something later if you want. I'm like, dude, at this point, it's shift beer and I'm going home.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he probably probably didn't know that, you're a person who does like fasting, so you can,
yeah,
you can kind of push through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Plus, you're not there that long,
No.
Like, yeah.
No. Exactly. And I ate before I came in.
Right.
Because I was like, I want to eat because the day before I didn't eat dinner. Yeah. And then I ate a dude made a chili Relanos, which is one of my favorite Mexican, one that cooks like straight up Mexican dude.
Nice.
He's like, hey, you want some of this? I'm like,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. And it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't have said no to that either.
Yeah.
For sure.
But like I said, I don't know. I it's just getting the flow of how the place works. Cause I mean, so far it's been like, like for today, my manager dude was like, I'll call you and let you know when I need you in.
Okay.
And then it was about 9:00 at the night before and I texted him. I'm like, hey, I imagine you guys are busy or something, but just need to know what time I need to start tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit, I forgot to call you. Like today was the first day I could officially clock in because I've just been writing my shit on paper, but all my hours are in the system, so that's good.
Yeah. They're like, here, just write it on this and put it over in that, that's our payroll box. It's just a trash can.
That was basically how it felt. Like day one, I walk in, I met Chris, one of the owners. And he's like, I don't think anyone's got you in the system yet. And they wrote my name on a yellow legal pad and then the time I was there and then pinned it on a cork board. He's like, when you leave, just write the time. I was like, okay.
All right.
And it was still on the cork board this morning. So I was like,
well, at least it didn't disappear or something,
Yeah, that's true.
You said at least you're getting paid for, or theoretically you'll get paid for it.
In theory.
Mm-hmm.
I just put the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But yeah, so far so good, man.
Nice. Glad to hear it.
We'll like I said, we'll see what happens if they need me to work a weekend night because I'm sure it gets insane.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So before long, you'll start working the angles to get us sponsored, right?
Well, I was thinking that. I'm like, once I get in cushy, I was like, I want to should get these guys on the podcast or something.
Right. And get me a bunch of free swag. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Both ex-NFL guys and now turned, into a brewery business. It's all stuff we like. So
True.
Yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, man. What else I was going to say? There's something else. God damn it. That's gone. Whatever. That goes.
Yeah, that's been how my day has been, basically. Every
Right.
thought that I have, I'm like,
Things.
yeah.
Things.
Yeah, my brain is just fried today. So
Yeah. Why so fried?
Well, because of yesterday was, day 4 that I've had this headache thing. And I thought it was a migraine at first, but the more it's going on, I'm thinking it might be a sinus infection.
Really?
Because I've been kind of congested. I've been real sensitive. Like I'm showing you, no one else, but around the eye, up the nose, onto my forehead. And yesterday when I used my neti pot thing, I noticed some relief afterward. Usually with a migraine, a neti pot's not gonna really make much difference,
Right.
So, and brilliant
Have
me.
you ever thought about filling your neti pot with I don't know,
Bourbon?
all day?
Oh.
Like the fizzing action?
That's a great idea. I'm sure my doctor would be like, yes. Well, you know what? The package does say to use filtered water.
It's for sure
I
filtered.
mean, yeah. If it's Coors, it's cold filtered or whatever.
Oh, dude. I had a Coors the other night.
I'm sorry. Wait, we're talking Coors Light, clearly, because if it was Banquet, you wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah, if it was Banquet, I wouldn't even bring it up.
Yeah.
It's just like part of life.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, I guess.
Terrible. Yeah. So, yeah, that was, that's...
I mean, has the pressure been relieved at all by anything?
Not really. The neti pot helps a little bit. Actually, I'm feeling it building back up now. I've got to do
That's
it
exciting.
again. Well, in my dumbass, I went to the store today, thinking that this might be a sinus infection. And the problem I have is when you go to the doctor for a sinus infection, most of the time I've had one, they usually are like, oh, here's a decongestant and use a saline, rinse or nasal spray. Right? Well, I've already got saline spray. I've got the neti pot. I can buy a decongestant over the counter. The only problem is if it's bad enough, you would need antibiotics or something. But it's I really don't feel like going to the doctor basically for them to be like, oh yeah, get some Mucinex or whatever, It's...
What I'm hearing you say, Brian, is fuck the doctors. They're all stupid.
Right.
I knew it.
That sounds right. Yeah. So, yeah, and I forgot to get decongestant though, so I'm going to be suffering again tonight. So.
I mean, I'm 20 minutes away. Mm-hmm. I've got various sizes of chisels and hole punches in the basement.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We can relieve some pressure.
It's true. You're right. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're going to have to be careful, though, you don't break those tools on my head. I mean, if you miss and hit my head with that hammer's done.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care if it is Mjolnir or not.
I mean, it's not like it's not a Harbor Freight hammer, which you just bend on impact. If that Chinese steel or whatever. At least I got that going for me.
That's the name of my new album, by the way.
Chinese steel?
Yeah.
That would be a sick ass metal album.
Right?
You know what I did today? I sat because I had time.
Mm-hmm.
So weird having time. I sat out on my little front porch here and I read a book.
Yeah.
And my stupid dog wouldn't leave me alone, so I had to let her out and put a baby gate up on the thing so she couldn't get off the porch.
Right.
And I'm sitting there reading a book and I'm listening to music because Fury Road.
Right.
And I came to the conclusion, I'm like, I can't listen to anything with lyrics.
While you're reading?
Because I just listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I can't either. I used to, when we were youths, I used to listen to anything and read comics or anything else. Didn't matter. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it fucks with me now.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I'm like, oh, let me pull up Spotify and I'll do a little like slow beats or whatever. But it was all like slow electronic music.
Okay.
And I did that for like 5 minutes, and then I kind of wanted to dive right in the middle of Fury Road because it's just not my jam.
Right.
So I found a station on Spotify called Cafe con Leche.
Okay.
And it's basically Spanish coffee house music.
Oh my. All right.
So it's like light acoustic stuff, but it's in a foreign language, so I can't focus on the lyrics.
So it's similar to what my Discover Weekly playlist was like a few weeks ago. Because that's basically what it was.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting. I had never thought of doing that. Usually what I do is if I'm at that point and I still want to listen to music, I'll pull up Coltrane or something like that, you know. Just have some smooth jazz playing.
It made me think of a long time ago. I heard a Joe Rogan podcast where he talked about when he writes comedy, he puts on foreign music for that same reason. Because he doesn't hear the words. It's just kind of like another instrument in the track.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, you know what? So I tried it, and it worked beautifully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now the fun part will be finding other languages and try to find the weirdest one.
Yeah, that would be amazing, actually. Well, our friend of the show, Michelle, she turned me on to a band called Metalachi, which I think we might have talked about.
Yup, because they did some intro music for Lucha Underground.
Okay, it's like when her and I were talking about it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure we talked about this on a podcast, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they're a mariachi band that does metal stuff.
Now, to be fair, yesterday I discovered another rock band that's themed.
Oh, really?
I did. The kids and I, Logan's like, hey, we'll play a board game. I'm like, yeah, whatever. he dusted off.
He's the worst Jigsaw ever. Would you like to play a game?
It's like Eeyore's Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Dude, Eeyore, he's got all the Winnie the Pooh guys in a tree stump. They're all chained up and stuff.
Oh, that's dark, man. I like it.
Well, the key's actually in Piglet. Oh, Balda.
Meanwhile, Rue's already started digging through Piglet.
yeah, Rue's just a savage.
Jesus.
God damn it, Rue.
I'm getting us out of here.
Anywho, so he pulled out this board game. I think we only played it once, called Dread Pirate.
Okay.
Not a bad game since we played it again. But I'm like, if we're playing Dread Pirate, clearly we need pirate music.
Yes.
So
and whoever the Dread Pirate is needs to wear a black mask.
That would be amazing, but I didn't have one on hand.
Damn it.
I know. So I pull up this pirate music, and it's all like Flogging Molly, and, fucking whatever the band is that's shipping up to Boston. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, it's all like stuff like that.
Right.
And then I start hearing this like heavy-ish rock music playing. I was like, the fuck is this? And it's all like, like, yar to the gangplank and stuff like that, And it's this band called Ailstorm.
Okay.
I like ale.
Ailstorm, right.
And it's a pirate rock band.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
Which just goes to show you there's something for everything out there. Yeah.
It does make me laugh a little bit that Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys were the pirate songs.
Well, because it's all like flutes and, stomping. And
right.
I mean, it fit the theme.
Yeah.
We were definitely pirating the good music. But yeah.
I like it. I'm definitely going to have to look them up because...
Yeah, Ailstorm.
Ale is in like the beer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it like the album artwork looked kind of like vintage Maiden, of Eddie. Like it was like, rah, and there's all kinds of crazy shit happening.
Yeah.
It was all these like skeleton dudes on the board, like on a ship. It was all illustrated. It just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I might have to check out future Ailstorm songs.
I like it.
Because, I mean,
I like a good gimmick band. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, we talked about Oakley Dokley.
Right. And Geezer. Yep.
Yes. And Geezer. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure some others, but at least those two. So.
Well, I know we definitely talked about wasn't there a band that had, it was just like a Chihuahua singing? You remember that one?
No.
was a metal band where it was a chihuahua like, rah!
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We've talked about all kinds of dumb shit on this show.
We really
Brian.
have. I know. It's at some point I feel like we're going to get into a Simpsons did it scenario. You know, we've already kind of tiptoed on it. Yeah, I was going to say a few times where we're like, did we do this already? And, yeah, we did. Yeah.
We need a sound of just as Salty did it. we could just put it like, you know, everyone's like, where's your guys' promo at?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm putting a pin in what Salty did it.
Okay.
My wife, Jeannie from Salty Language, a.k.a. the Hobie Trader.
Right.
She was on Hobie this past episode.
Right. Poor her.
Which, you know, go download it, listen to her, be all funny and stuff.
Right. It's the second best episode of their show ever.
Second. Well, it might be the third. I don't know how it compares to her previous
appearance. Fair enough. Yeah, okay.
But, so there's a moment where Brigger's like,
who? Dead to me.
Yes. where he who shall not be named was like, he's like, we're Celtic Language, the Michigan podcast, blah, 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 because he didn't want to look up our promo. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was telling Jeannie, I'm like, our promo is so old that when we did that promo, we were like, we need to make a new promo because now Tate's on the show.
Right. You're right. Holy shit. That's actually part of why we didn't make a new promo, because we couldn't remember. She didn't want to do it.
Well, that's right.
She didn't want to be part of it. And we were trying to come up with a way to work around that. And then we just never did another one. She was on the show, for those who aren't aware, back when when we were in the hundreds still.
Probably around episode 69.
69, dudes!
Nice.
I would guess.
Yeah, so that's been a couple minutes ago that...
it's been a long time.
Right?
I mean, because we're at...
369, damn.
I'm just saying.
Right. Oh, man. Holy shit, I hadn't thought about that. Like, I knew it had been a long time, but I hadn't put it in that context. Right. Wow. Yeah. You're not wrong, though. I know. That was where we were.
We should probably get on that at some point.
You're right. The same thing we've said for the past 5 years. So.
Yeah, or it's what we're really good at.
Or we should just keep using that one. Like, never do another one.
That would be great.
Like, here's a vintage one. By vintage, I mean we're too lazy to do a new one.
If we could get, like, silent movie sound, like music in the background.
Yeah. Make it sound real old-timey.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Have that crackling phonograph like we have at the beginning of The Enthusiast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
That would be great to have it done like one of those newsreels they used to play, you know, during the war and stuff.
Yes, that would be amazing. Dateline Italy. Jerry is taken to the beaches. Stuff like that.
Existence is pain, Jerry.
So you'll have our like old timey war promo followed up by a racist Looney Tune.
Yes.
Because that was the day.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Bugs Bunny, I seen your shit.
Yeah. Who knew Porky Pig was that racist though?
Who knew? Yeah. Who knew?
Who knew? Oh my. Yeah, right? So as Tony said, you know, I guess go check out, you know, the new episode of Hobie.
You know, Blake, Jeff, and he who shall not be named.
And more importantly, Jeannie.
And Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing her Brigger thing.
Right.
Her Brigger thing. God damn it, I said his name. Brian, go back and edit that out.
Cut that part out. Cut that part out. Yeah, you know I will, because the show is always so heavily edited.
Dude, it's super edited. We're super crisp.
You know, I was thinking about this one day. What would be hilarious, at least to you and I, or at least to me, would be if I went through and just ham-fisted edited one of the episodes to where the cuts are just awful and really noticeable.
Would be fun.
Yeah. Like, I just cut out big chunks of a conversation, like, you know, where I sound dumb or just any part you have, you know, that kind of thing.
You need to cut it up and put it back together like it's Pulp Fiction.
Oh, man, that'd be wacky. That'd be so tough.
Right?
Yeah, we'll record the episode. I'll have Dev and, like, Henno listen to it. They'll do some stuff, and then I'll cut it all together backwards like Pulp Fiction. Or not backwards,
Amazing.
but to where we jump camera angles.
Yes.
Perfect.
I like all these ideas.
Yeah. Sounds like way too much work for me, though.
Yeah, that would be brutal at the same time.
That's why we need the interns.
That's why we need interns. We need salty bitches. I'm just saying.
Salty bitches. Wow. Sounds like, I don't know that we're going to do well with that fan club name.
You sure?
Maybe. People have been called weirder things over the years.
Exactly, right?
I mean, when I first heard Slipknot called their fans maggots, I really didn't think that was going to, grab, but here we are these years later, and it did. Or, hell, Juggalos got over.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, but look at their fan base.
No comment. No.
I mean, what was that awful Western we watched?
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
It's gonna bug me now. Big Money Rustlers?
Big Money Rustlers.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Part of my brain just unlocked, and it's probably the part that's got like a strychnine capsule. Hopefully it all ends soon.
It's the part of your brain,
that.
like in the episode of The Walking Dead where he goes, to the one and it says, "Don't open, dead inside."
Yeah, exactly. God damn it, you pried that chain out that door.
Oh, what's in here?
Don't do it. It's full of juggalos.
Oh man, that would have been worse.
It's true.
If I opened it up in zombies, I'd be like, wow, this really sucks. But if I open it up in its juggalos, I'd be like, oh, I wish it was zombies.
So then we're running through the hallways, and like I get bit in the calf. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh my God, you're trying to help me up, and I look up at you and you see the juggalo face paint appear. No!
You've got a Faygo in your hand.
It's need to put
and it's not a rock and rye. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. If it's a rock and rye, I get it.
It's still okay, yeah. Cola? What the fuck? Who are you? Oh man, good times.
I definitely need to see a zombie movie, but juggalos.
Right.
Juggalos biting people and they turn into juggalos.
Right. ICP, if you're listening, we want a cut of the money.
Yeah, for sure, right?
But please make this movie. And I'm not saying that in any... I'm 100% serious. If they made that, I would totally watch it.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
It probably would, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Meanwhile, Tony's on a racetrack.
I know, right? Usually at this time of day, it kind of dies down. I don't know what the heck is going on today, Mike.
Did you advertise we were recording?
Well, I mean, I do have my giant Griswold lit sign out there up front.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone knows.
What'd I tell you about that?
But it's so bright and shiny.
True. Yep. So last week I mentioned that I got the old testosterone shot.
Oh, yeah. They've been doing deadlifts and shit?
No, actually. I really haven't felt any different.
You haven't been kicking babies?
Well, yeah, I was doing that before, though. So.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, pushing down old people.
Yeah, exactly. I just rented the dragon boat to go raid Canada. I'm just saying.
Sweet. Finally.
I was like, finally.
Mm-hmm. No,
I'm just going to go unleash a full testosterone fueled Brian out on the twin axes. Watch him go tear apart Canada.
Yeah. They'll be like, it's medium foot.
Medium foot.
Yeah, I was telling you, a little bit ago that it was the only thing that made me laugh in the testosterone rage way would have been, when I was in Walmart, carrying a walk around the store and was real tempted, to just start wanging people in the head with it because they were just animals. Just
Did you want to walk around the clock?
Damn it, Tony. No! Out there's some Chinese restaurant going, yes, free promo.
There's got to be a walk around the clock.
There has to be. There's whatever, pun there can be has been done, I'm sure.
Let's see here. Survey says walk around the clock. Oh, wait. Amazon link? It's a book? What?
Oh,
no
sure.
one wants that.
It could be a cookbook, like filled with delicious walk recipes.
It is a cookbook.
See?
Walk around the clock. There's a restaurant in Australia called Walk Around the Clock with one rating on TripAdvisor. Mm-hmm. 1 star. Never again! All caps. So I'm sure it's amazing.
Yeah. How does a kangaroo even operate a walk? I don't... Yeah.
I can only assume it's like, stir-fried cashew, koala. And,
mm-hmm. Oh, if I had a place there, it'd be called Waka Walla.
Oh, yes. That's amazing. I agree with that.
Yep. I bet Oz would eat there just to watch, just because he knows koala would die.
Yeah, for sure, right?
As he expressed in a long, long ago episode. He's not a big fan.
Check out the Best of Salty Language playlist.
Ooh, good choice.
Because he's on there.
Mm-hmm. I always forget about that stuff. Because so much content.
So, I mean...
369, damn day fine.
Just saying. 369, damn day fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know if, like with this testosterone and stuff, I don't know if it's like they start, maybe the first dose they gave me was like low just to make sure you don't turn into the Incredible Hulk, some kind of a thing. Maybe there's a higher dose or something. I don't know. So I go back in about a week, I think.
Right.
So it's a week or two, something like that. Yeah. Cause he said I'd feel different after about a day or so. And I really don't. Other than I haven't been as tired, but it's not like spring out of bed with all the energy, like type thing. It's just been, like, oh, okay, I'm not like all the tired.
Right.
So, yeah. So I don't know.
Also, you definitely need to double down on the next one. So you'll like spring out of bed.
Yeah.
Have like a, goddamn wrought iron hard on, smashing through walls and shit.
With the wrought iron,
much testosterone,
smashing through the walls with the hard on, or just in general. Okay,
yeah, just it's like it's like a monster movie,
right? Like, oh my god, he spin kicked me, and be like, he didn't lift his leg. Oh god,
what? Oh jeez.
Oh my, Iron Wang has been here.
He's always my favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Iron Wang?
Yeah.
I remember him when him and Luke Cage were, heroes for hire.
That's true. God damn it. Iron Wayne is just an Iron Fist deviant club.
Yeah. Oh man. his crotch glow.
Yeah, right. I have to focus my chi.
Skidoo! So good.
Goddamn Iron Wang. That's terrible.
Yep. It is terrible.
It's terrible.
You are correct,
now,
sir.
if there was a gentleman named Wang, could he open up a laundromat where he specializes in pressing clothing and call it Iron Wang?
I mean, he could, yeah. I mean, it'd be a thing that if I needed a shirt, ironed, I would probably go to him just so I can,
Yeah.
Yeah. The t-shirts would be great too. It'd be like, I got Iron Wanged and,
Exactly. I got pressed at Iron Wang.
Yeah. Oh my.
I mean, if I was Iron Wang, I'd have all the marketing.
Oh, for sure. So much merch. Like, there'd be this little tiny part of the building that would be like the actual business or the shirt pressing. The rest of it would just be a merchandise booth.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Yep.
Until his brother moves on to town. Starts encroaching on his business, then it becomes Wang on Wang crime.
Oh my. That's... I'm going to take you down, Wang.
Wait, what?
What?
Everyone else is like, what do you say?
You doing what with this, Wang? Oh, man. Oh, man. So, yeah, there's that. That's, whatever.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes going forward. Hopefully my head explodes or something to end this pain.
Don't recommend head explosions, but I mean, whatever it takes, I guess.
Yeah. So I got an Instant Pot today.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's something my wife really wants to get a hold of.
Yeah, I've been wanting one for a while.
I'm assuming since you got it today, you haven't had a chance to really play with it.
Not yet. Figure I'm gonna dink around on the internets for a little while, look for some fanciful things to make in it.
Well, I do know, second time she's come up show, friend of the show, Michelle, has an Instant Pot and swears by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody I've talked to that has one's like, it's the greatest thing ever, so we'll see. We'll see.
Because it's like, what, pressure cooker meets crock pot meets fryer meets rice cooker meets Iron Wang. I don't know.
Yeah, it can steam, steam, sear. It can do stews, obviously.
It can do you? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it can.
That's why you bought it.
I'm gonna Iron Wang that Instant Pot.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's, yeah, I got a 6-quart one, I think. So, decent size, but not, I know they make 8 and stuff, but it's like, I think that's too much we only have 3 people living here, Generally not going to have to make that much foods. I know one thing I'll be making in it, though, some sort of, barbecue meat product.
Yes.
I'll be cooking down some shit.
You should, I'm not sure, 100% sure how it works, but since it's like pressure cooker situation, you should totally convince your mom to do her feckin' Jig's dinner in it, dude.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Because it should contain the scent.
Let's hope. Oh,
I would think. And then you relieve the steam outside.
out the bedroom window as you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Man, that was a glorious day.
There's nothing like seeing the sunrise as you piss out your window.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Looking over your kingdom.
Or you're looking at a tree, whatever.
Yeah, same difference.
See all that? Someday this will all be yours. It's a tree, Dad. But it's our tree, damn it.
Our tree. God damn it.
Oh, man. So while I was at the store, you know what else I saw?
Complete waste of human life.
Oh, so much. So Cookie Crisp has been around since we were little children, at least, right?
When you say Cookie Crisp, do you mean Kookie Crisp?
I do, yes.
Okay, because I was confused.
Right. So that's been around, and over the years, recently I've seen, they have Oreos cereal and whatnot, and just the idea of handing your child, here, have cookies and milk for breakfast, just...
Yeah.
Looking back, of course, I can see why my parents were always like, we're not buying that for you. Then I was like, oh, come on, because who doesn't want cookies for breakfast? And
do you remember when Dunkin' Donuts had glazed donut cereal?
I do, yeah. Oh, man. I used to, one of my favorites that was around for a while that was kind of in the same boat was the Rice Krispie Treats cereal.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's right. I forgot about that. I think my pancreas just fainted.
Should have. Anyway, so I'm in the store today, and, they've had these, little, up by the checkouts, they have, a lot of times they'll have, these little, cups with, Chips Ahoy in them,
Yeah.
And my nephew and I, or Oreos, we would just get milk and pour it right in there and just eat them that way, basically. And
makes sense.
Yeah. And anyway, so today I see Chips Ahoy cereal, and I'm like, well, finally, there it is. It's like, that's what I've been waiting for. It's like, Cookie Crisp's been around for 7,000 years. I'm surprised it's taken this long to make a Chips Ahoy cereal.
Full circle.
Right. Oreo jumped in the fire first, but I was surprised that, Chips Ahoy took so long, and it's complete now. We can rest easy.
The circle is complete.
Dude, they had so many boxes of it that had been sold, too. I'm hoping it was from adults, at least.
Well, people are savages, Brian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Goddamn animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. Sometimes I become those animals. Sometimes you got to get down the filth.
Right.
But
true.
most of the time, I'm just up in my castle just peeing out the window.
Right.
But sometimes you got to get down there.
Right.
Hoping
a prince will come along so you can roll your hair down and he can rescue you from your tower.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Or she, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Whoever wants to climb the hair.
No hairnet.
No, none.
No. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like every time I see these kind of things, I'm just shaking my head. Because like I said, as an adult, I'm like, nobody should be giving their kids cookies. I don't care if they're fortified with alleged vitamins and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or whole grain, or I don't give a shit about any of that. They're still cookies,
Yeah, exactly. Don't try to church up your cereal.
Right. It's similar to like
fucking cookies.
It's similar to like Pop-Tarts. Like part of a healthy breakfast. I'm like, no, it isn't. Knock it off.
Is it? Did you just get done of doing a marathon, bitch?
My doctor has never been like, hey, for breakfast, you should have Pop-Tarts.
Like, what do you normally have for breakfast? 2 eggs, side of bacon, maybe some orange juice. Nah, Pop-Tarts.
Right. Pop-Tart, a napkin, and a bran muffin. That's what you need.
Make sure it's the frosted ones.
Mm-hmm.
Cup of hot cocoa.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Damn right.
I mean, doctor knows best and shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, man. I did see a little kid trying to talk his mom into it, though, and his mom was she basically said what I just, I'm not giving you cookies for breakfast. So I was like, well, good on her for holding out on that,
Yep,
Although
one ruined childhood, right?
I would like to go follow her and see what cereal they did get, just for shit.
That was probably something equally horrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Something that's disguised as good, but just as terrible.
This is all healthy and shit. And you look at it, it's like, 43 grams of sugar per serving, serving size a quarter cup. Everyone's filling up punch bowls,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, cereal was one of the first foods that really blew my mind when it came to the calorie counts and stuff. Cause I'd look at the side and be like, oh, it's only like 200 calories. Like you said, not realizing it's like half a cup or a cup, something like that, and, like you said, I'm filling up. Filling up punch bowls. I was using
bowls that looked like World War I British infantry helmets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. That's why when I was in 4th grade, I got laughed at by the class, and the teacher, humiliated me by reading out. We had a test that said how much milk do you use in a bowl of cereal, and I said a quart. And she's like, nobody. I'm like, you haven't seen me eat cereal.
Like, hey, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah. Like I eat a lot.
You want to fight? I'll fight you right here.
Like, let's get some cereal and milk. I'll show you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yep. Good stuff. Probably not.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah. And,
good, clean
no, I didn't buy any to try.
Right.
Although, part of me does wonder if it tastes like Chips Ahoy cookies or if there's like a different taste to it, because it's not probably the exact product.
Yeah. I'm sure it's different so it holds up in the milk longer.
Right. That's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I can't imagine a Chips Ahoy really, like take an Oreo, for instance. You dunk an Oreo too long, and then you might as well dunk it in sulfuric acid, You pull it out, it's gone. It's like, what happened?
Right.
So the Oreo cereal, I'm sure, doesn't do that.
Not as quickly,
if it did, you're just eating like Oreo's oatmeal then, which sounds kind of awesome, but...
I guarantee you if they had... do you remember when we were little children's, and they had that oatmeal that had the, dinosaurs or whatever they were coated in something. And then I think as the oatmeal got warm or whatever, the thing melted away basically. And they were like gummy.
I do not recall this.
Bears or dinosaurs or something like that. I can't remember what they were called.
I'm headed to the Google.
All right, we ate them quite a bit. But
that doesn't surprise me. My mom used to buy some hot garbage.
Yeah, I think it was mostly at your house we had them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Here you go. Quaker dinosaur eggs.
Yep.
What in the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, it's still available, man, on Amazon.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. But it's like that's the kind of thing, it's just like, if they had something along those lines, but they were like just Oreo cookie pieces or whatever in there, I could see people going nuts for it.
Right?
Like, it's healthy and delicious.
I want to know what these goddamn eggs are. I'm so weirded out because I know I ate these now.
They made you into the man you are today, Tony.
Apparently. Jesus. Wow.
Yep.
But dinosaur-shaped pieces appear right before your eyes. It's a morning adventure. The sweet flavor of brown sugar, 100% whole grain Quaker oats. Pro tip. Thanks, Amazon. Use a fork to stir your oatmeal. It works great for finding dinosaurs. Hey, don't tell me how to find my fucking dinosaurs. This is actually from the Quaker website.
So a spoon
Fuck
won't...
you, Quaker.
A spoon won't find that?
Apparently not.
How does that work? Yeah.
Oh, well, here's the best thing ever. The reviews. Well, let's see here. Dynamite breakfast meal.
Oh, I see what they did there.
Yeah, right. As a dinosaur fanatic, I just love getting this product in the grocery store. It's really cool that the dinosaur eggs dissolve and turn into colorful dinosaur candies to go with oatmeal. Candy in your oatmeal should never be a thing.
Right? That's
in my opinion, I think is a fun thing that the box should come with a cool dinosaur sticker or dinosaur card. Oh, and his name is Dino Boy. Fuck you.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
I want some 1-star reviews.
Like, you should just be happy that you live in a world or in a country where you can get fucking dinosaur egg oatmeal.
Yes, exactly.
There's kids out there that would just love to have the oatmeal part of it, let alone the fucking candy stuffs.
Right? Ugh.
That's what I've said for years. I always thought we could feed so many more people if they would just, instead of putting the non-marshmallow pieces in Lucky Charms, they just bag them up and ship them off to, low-income areas and whatnot, because nobody wants those things.
Just drop them on C-140s.
Right. It hits the ground and they're like, it's the Lucky Charms things. Everyone just walks away.
Can I tell you a 1-star review that I want to find this Danny Bear. And they should be $1 Million Man choked out, and then they should be like, I don't know, their mouth filled with, I don't know, maybe dog shit. I don't know.
That's fair.
I was so excited to see this. It said naturally flavored. But there are so many artificial colors. Why can't you improve the ingredients and nutrition so we're proud to feed this to our kids and ourselves? It's oatmeal with dissolving dinosaur eggs, you stupid person.
It's essentially, it has candy in it. Like, come on.
Yes. It's naturally flavored by ingredients that came out of nature that turned into some sort of abomination that I apparently ate as a child. And don't recall.
Happily ate.
Another door you pried open.
Happily ate as a child.
Oh, I'm sure. Like I said, I know my mom bought some hot garbage. Kid Cuisine, what?
Oh,
Give me
dude.
that brownie, son.
I forgot about
I hated
Cuisine.
that penguin, but I liked his pizza.
I've said that so many times in my life.
I know what's up. Oh man, I think that's why I'm all about like making good food now, is because I came up eating garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, to everyone who isn't familiar with what we're talking about, like Tony said, if it's still available, you should definitely find some, because I'm sure it's delicious.
Oh man, mouth watering.
Just weird though, right? It's like,
it is weird.
I mean, listen. At its core, I think the idea is cool. You know, like, as you're eating your oatmeal, the stuff dissolves and you have whatever, but the fact that it's candy kind of is like, oh.
Yeah, kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah. I mean, they should be like Flintstone vitamins or something, you know?
I mean, I'm not saying like if I right now, it's way too late now, but if I were to go, hey, Leah, I'm going to make oatmeal tomorrow morning. She'd go, yes. And it's just oatmeal.
Right.
You know?
Right. Little does she know you're also putting candy in it. Perfect.
Yeah. And if I think I'm going to ask her that tomorrow. I'm going to ask her about the dinosaur eggs.
Yeah.
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 See the sort of reaction I get out of her. In fact, I might do it on the Salty Language Instagram.
I like it. Well, like I said, I can understand why kids will, why we liked it as kids, because it's a way to get more candy. So who isn't in,
Fuck yeah.
But, if I remember correctly too, those weren't very good, and they were super, sticky, to your teeth and stuff,
I'm sure they're awful.
Yeah. So.
I mean, God damn it, Quaker Oats. Wolfwood Brimley dead?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Probably rolling in his big, huge coffin.
Just waiting.
Just waiting. Yeah. Just getting comfy.
Damn.
Super comfy.
Seems pretty harsh, but all right. Can you think of, while we're on this topic, can you think of anything else like that from when we were kids that we're looking at it now, we're like, how the fuck did that get over as for children? I mean, Pop-Tarts has always boggled my mind.
Right.
At least Toaster Strudel seems like, pretends to be an actual pastry,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
With fruit,
Well, I mean, let's see here. What was our formative years for probably early 90s for this kind of thing?
Yeah. Do you know what I was eating for breakfast during that time, honestly? All through high school, I pretty much ate oatmeal.
Yeah,
I would, sometimes I would cut up apples or bananas or something in my oatmeal, or if we had raisins or something, I'd do, but that was it, nothing fancy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. I'm going to, I pulled up a thing, Brian.
Okay.
It's 35 snacks. I'll take you back to the 90s.
Oh my. All right.
So let's see what we got going on here. Minute Maid juice bars.
I remember those, yeah.
Remember those? Yeah. I remember having them in my freezers.
I remember those tasting really good when we were kids.
Right.
I bet now it's just a bomb of sugar.
I'm sure. So Delicious. Soda Pop fruit snacks.
I remember those too. They were in the shape of bottles, weren't they?
They were.
Yep.
Advertised by the now dead 7-Up Spot.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I don't remember Squeeze-Its.
You don't remember Squeeze-Its?
I remember bottle shape.
Oh, dude, I totally remember Squeeze-Its. My parents
I'm looking at the bottle. I remember drinking these.
Yeah. They were basically Kool-Aid.
I remember it being called a Squeeze-It, because I remember twisting those things off and be like, fucking boomerang!
Yep, because Kool-Aid had Kool-Aid coolers.
Yes.
It's the same gimmick, but I rarely got Squeeze-Its because you pretty much could drink them in 2 seconds, and they were too expensive for what they were, basically.
Yeah.
Especially when there's those little hugs, those grenade-looking juice drinks.
The barrels.
Right. Or you just buy, there's another name for those. I forgot what it's called. They're it's called quarter drink or something like that. I remember reading about it. I think I told you about it. There was a podcast I listened to where he was talking about grape drink or purple drink,
Right.
And that came up in the talk about it. So,
Trix yogurt. I never partaked in the Trix yogurt.
Never had it, but I do remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go. Lunchables.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those still are around.
They're still around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. Because we were actually talking about Lunchables at dinner yesterday. Because apparently they have Lunchables hamburgers now.
Oh my goodness! I remember when they introduced the pizzas.
Yes, right,
Yeah.
And those were terrible.
They were not good. Yeah.
Yeah, I did twist my mom's arm. Buy me pizza. It was fucking awful.
Me too. Yeah.
But apparently they have hamburgers now that the meat, quote unquote, portion doesn't break apart real well.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is, but it's probably death in a hamburger style.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Vinetta?
Well, hold on. Hold on. Let's go back to Lunchables for a second.
Back to Lunchables.
Yeah. Like, the weird part to me is, like, okay, with pizza, the ingredients, well, the cheese, I guess. I was going to say most of the ingredients in the pizza don't have to be refrigerated, but meat is generally not something, like that, a non-cured meat is generally something you would have to refrigerate if you weren't, serving it, basically. So
the pepperoni should be cured.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like the hamburger, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's full of something terrible.
It's sold in bottles. It just says something terrible, and they just sprinkle it in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh wow, this hamburger doesn't have to be refrigerated anymore. Like, huh,
that's not natural.
Nope, it's something terrible. Ding.
Yeah. Perfect ad spot. Right.
Oh shit! Really quick, the last couple times I've seen somebody post a picture of a charcuterie tray, I was like, wow, a fancy Lunchable. Because, you got the crackers and usually there's toast points or cheese and meat, that's... Dude, it's a Lunchable.
I love a good charcuterie.
Right?
That's hilarious. Right. A fancy Lunchable.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I certainly would not step over a charcuterie tray to get to... a Lunchable. To a Lunchable for sure, but
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna steal that line at some point.
Mm. There's gotta be some restaurant where they've done that essentially, where they've gimmicked it to look more like Lunchables basically, but it's like
I'm sure,
quality stuff. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, moving on the list.
So a Vinetta? Which I do not remember. It looks like fancy ice cream.
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
Yeah, exactly. Cheesy pizza dunkers on a styrofoam tray. How is that a 90s snack?
I don't remember.
Fuck you, Mashable. You're terrible. Pretzel sticks from a little yellow box.
Yellow box, huh?
I mean, I had pretzel sticks in big ass fucking bags because I'm a man.
Right. I remember, I was thinking of like warm pretzels. There were was it soft pretzels? I think it's the name of the company.
Yeah, soft bites.
Yeah, there were the bites and then they had like the big old pretzels too.
The Nugs. Nugs for days. Dude, it was Nugs and Nintendo 64.
Yep. Amen, man. Amen.
Here you go. Little Hugs. Boom.
Right.
Perfect.
Yep.
Melody Pops. Oh shit.
Oh, hold on. Those were like those ones that they had like you could play them like a flute or something afterwards, right? Yep.
No, as it was candy. It was like molded.
Yeah,
candy was molded like kazoo or whatever.
What a terrible idea. I do remember them though. Yeah.
Trick cereal with fun shapes. I do remember that.
I remember Trick cereal for sure.
That is a terrible thing to pull up, though.
Because when Trick cereal came out, I was like, "Fuck you, Fruit Loops."
Right? Exactly. Suck a dick, Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Hey, Toucan, kick rocks.
Right. Exactly.
There you go. Oreo cereal.
Really? That came out then?
Yeah. Also known as Oreo-O's.
Which should have just been Oreos.
Yeah, this one was terrible.
It's like similar to, what was it, a couple years ago when they put out the s'mores ones and they didn't call them S'moreos. It's like...
Yeah, that's just dumb.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Dopes.
Dude, I didn't realize Oreo cereal came out that long ago, but thinking about it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I remember being much younger when, first seeing commercials for it. Because I remember shaking my head, which tells you that I was not a little kid when they came out. Like cookies.
How about oatmeal swirlers? You remember those?
It had like a packet of gel that, and they did like a spiral, I think, on the box or something like that.
Yeah, sure did.
Right?
All right, you got that one. 3D Doritos.
Those were from then? I think that those had to have been late 90s.
Yeah.
Because...
Just like...
Yeah.
They're basically just puffed.
Yeah. I remember them. I just, like I said, I'm pretty sure those were later in the 90s.
This I do not recall, Brian. The Bubble Jug from Hubba Bubba. It says it looks like like something you'd have antifreeze in.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's that bottle shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a pile of white powder next to it, and it just says shake and chug. What does that mean?
I don't know. That's very weird.
This scares me.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't recall the bubble jug. We might have to do further research.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. So.
Oh shit, son! I ate the fuck out of these. Brian,
what's that?
Do you remember? You dropping shit?
Yeah.
Are you so excited about this next snack? Because I had these in my house.
Okay.
These are like, this is like celery in people's houses for my house. Shark snacks.
Oh man, I remember. Yeah, we ate the fuck out of some shark snacks.
Fuck yes.
For
Gummy sharks.
We nearly ate sharks extinct.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Planters cheese balls in the can.
Yep. I think they're supposed to be bringing those back at some point soon.
They better be.
Yeah. I remember I used to buy those a bunch at the dollar store that was next to Hollywood Video I worked at.
Right.
You know, because they were like a big can was like $1. So.
Well, dollar store.
Right.
PB crisps. I don't remember them either.
The name sounds a little familiar, but I don't know what it was.
It's a Mr. Peanut situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Jet Puff Fun marshmallows with fruit flavors.
I remember the marshmallows, but I don't like fruit flavors. Doesn't. I never really bought into like when we got marshmallows. It was just marshmallows, you know.
Yeah.
It was generally for the purpose of s'mores or Rice Krispie treats, you know, that kind of thing, or to put on sweet potatoes.
Accurate.
Or not chocolate.
This list sucks, by the way. Cherry Coke's old packaging. Who gives a shit?
About the old packaging? I mean, come on.
Yeah, who cares? Oh, Dunkaroos.
I do remember really quick when Cherry Coke came out, I was so excited. Because
it was amazing.
I remember having from like Greasy Spoons or like places that did like shakes, you know? How you could get the cherry, like the grenadine basically, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Put in your Coke.
Because this kid, growing up in bars with my dad,
right?
I'd get the old, the old Coke and they'd drop a couple maraschino cherries and dump some cherry juice in it for me.
Yeah.
Because, Tony needs his sugar on sugar.
That's right.
And I'd be like, good looking at you, babe.
Right?
I'll go play some pinball.
Slap around.
Live life.
Yeah.
Dunkaroos, never ate them, but I am familiar.
Totally, yeah. I know I had them, but it wasn't something I was like, because I remember, the coolest part about it was it took the idea of those like cheese and crackers concept, except it gave you chocolate instead, so that's why kids were like,
cookies and cream and all that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, those crackers with the spreadable cheese and the peanut butter, I'll take the peanut butter and cheese crackers all day because I don't know what concoction they call cheese. Never was a fan.
Yeah, I wasn't either. And the peanut butter was usually dry as fuck, yeah. But,
it's like, what is this, sand?
It's my favorite kind of peanut butter, sandy.
I know, right?
Like creamy or crunchy. Yeah, sandy.
Oh, here you go, dinosaur eggs. Boom.
Right? I can't believe it.
Scooby-Doo fruit snacks.
Remember those?
I mean, I guess it's 90s, but it's not. I don't know why it's on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Linden's cookies. I feel like there's just a blogger that's like, I need to post something.
Linden's cookies? What?
I don't know.
All right. I gotta look up a picture of that one.
Here you go, French Toast Crunch. That shit was legit.
You know what's funny is I know various people that are like, I really wish they would bring that back. Like even to this day. But that was another one of those cereals that I was like, this just doesn't seem like something a kid should have.
This ain't right.
Yeah. Call me an old man, but.
Pizzerias. The pizza flavored Doritos.
Yeah, I remember those. I ate I ate so many of those. Cause
if I could get like 2 or 3 bags of those right now, I would kick someone in the dick.
I probably would too, until we take that first bite and go, oh my God, why did we eat these?
Or we take that first bite and we go, it was worth destroying that man's testicles.
Yeah, fair enough. I think we should try just to find out.
We should.
See if Amazon has any. No.
Orbits. It was like bubble tea, but in the 90s.
I don't remember that.
Remember, it was those drinks that had all the shit floating in it?
Now I do, yeah. Right. Oh. Duh. Those were weird.
I
don't think I ever had one of those.
I never had one either, because I was like, why would I want to drink? I don't want floaties as is.
Right.
What do I want intentional floaties? Which is the name of my, my bluegrass band.
Intentional floaties.
Yeah.
Dude, and you wear like the arm, like floaties everywhere kind of a thing?
Yes. Yeah, we only play pool parties.
Right.
It's very niche.
I like it.
Ninja Turtle ice cream. You know the bars that look like the melted guy from RoboCop?
Those are so bad.
Like, oh man, this is going to be Michelangelo when you open it up. It's like, oh
right.
God, nightmares.
Listen, there was only one ice cream that I got super excited about getting off the ice cream truck. And that was the WWE ice cream. The bars
when I had the guys imprinted on it?
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. The ones that CM Punk kept trying to get WWE to bring back, and for some reason they haven't done it.
What a bunch of cunts.
That's such a dumb move, because all the people our age, if we see those, so many of us would be like, dude, you know.
Like, really? And plus, kids like ice cream anyway.
Right? It's win-win.
Jeez. Laffy Taffy Sparkle Cherry. You remember that shit?
Yep.
It was a big hunk of Laffy Taffy with all the candy encrusted on the top.
Because they were like, how can we take candy and make it seem like, oh shit, I can't think of the name of the movie now. It's a fucking Van Damme movie where he rolls his hand in glass.
It wasn't Bloodsport, it was the other one. Kickboxer,
thank you. Yeah. It's like, how can we make our taffy like something from Kickboxer?
Yeah, basically. Crispy M&Ms, which were a failure in my opinion.
Yeah, those didn't do much for me. I remember them. Those don't feel that old, but
they don't feel that old.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Ring Pops I was a Ring Pop fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those for sure.
Baller status activated once you get that Ring Pop on.
Yeah.
Has anyone taken a picture? And someone had to have, because people are assholes. When they have like all the colors of the Infinity Gauntlet, but Ring Pops.
Oh, someone has to have, right?
Someone had to have.
All right, while you're moving on, I'm gonna look, because this has to have been
Cosmic Brownies,
like from Little Debbie.
Yes,
dude, I still eat those things.
Like they still exist. I know. How about Ouch Bubblegum? The bubblegum strips that came in a Band-Aid tin.
I remember those because it was a pink tin, right?
Yes.
Yep. I remember that.
Butterfinger BBs.
I like those, but they're Butterfingers, you know?
Butterfingers, yeah.
Like, dude, seriously, when they put out those Butterfinger bites, like in a little bag, and there's no wrapping to slow you down, you can pretty much just open the bag and just house them. Oh, what a terrible idea.
Now, if some ice cream shop somewhere took those and put them in their tornadoes or hurricanes or blizzards or whatever the hell their stupid mix is,
right?
I'd be down.
Yes.
Because when they throw in pulverized Butterfinger, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You're right.
Know?
I would like those a lot better. You're right. Because the pulverized Butterfingers just don't, I don't know, it just seems to take something away from it.
Yeah, it kind of just becomes part of the ice cream. There's not like chunks.
Yeah.
And I gotta, if I'm getting a goddamn, Hurricane Karana from Dairy Queen, I need some little chunk in my trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I had a tsunami the other day that had,
you mean a tea tsunami?
A tea tsunami that had Rice Krispie treats in it. That was different.
That sounds legit as fuck.
It was good, yeah. It was, cause like I'm reading the menu cause, I knew I was going to get one of those things and I'm looking and, normally I'll get something like Reese's Pieces or whatever. And then I saw, Rice Krispie treats and I was like, yep.
There's a couple ice cream spots we go to that they have like your standard issue fucking spin cycle or whatever they're calling it, right?
Right.
And then they have the specialty ones. So you can get your basic bitch candy.
Yeah.
Or they have like apple pie, banana cream pie, fucking, I don't know.
The place up the road here where I got ice cream, that they did that too. It's right across from my doctor's office.
Perfect.
Yeah, right?
Post Dr. Hurricane Rana, son.
Oh, you broke it, dude.
What?
Damn it. Each reference was different.
Oh. I fucked it up.
Yeah. Way to ruin it, Tony. Okay, so I've been scrolling through pictures on Google, and I have yet to see anyone that's done an Infinity Gauntlet with ring pops, and I'm so sad.
Well, first off, people are assholes.
True.
Second off, Thanos doesn't deserve candy treats, apparently.
I guess not.
I can't believe nobody's done that.
Me either. I've seen, like, there's all sorts of other things that people have sold where it's got, like, all the, you know, the same, like, gem-looking things, basically, but none that were, I did not see any that were ring pops.
What a bunch of assholes.
I feel like we need to make this happen now.
Right?
If we can find them.
Oh, man.
Might be tough to find all those.
I can't believe that no one's done that.
Speaking of, someone needs to give me like $100 because I need one of these fancy ass replica Infinity Gauntlets. Like the fingers bend and all this stuff. It's not like some, like, you know, just prop that you set somewhere. You can put it on and actually, you know, flip people off and shit with it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely need one of those. They're like $100 though.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, as soon as someone gives me one, yeah.
Right.
There's my shut up and buy Brian a birthday gift of the week. All right. So is there any more on that list or we threw it?
No, that was, there was some on that list I really enjoyed. Some on that list was whack as fuck.
Yeah. It was a fun trip back, and then some of it was not. It was just like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Fair enough. All right, so, before we get too much further here, I wanted to mention our dude Mountain League, because we've got, you know, about the same amount of people as we have about as many people as we had last year, which is cool. We'd like to have more, but, you know, whatever. So if you're interested, please DM us your email or send your email address to saltylanguage@gmail.com, and I'll add you to the league. And I was talking about this with Fluffy Bunny Ash the other night, and I've decided I'm going to do it. I'm doing 2 entries this year, but one of them is I have Madden 16, and I'm going to sim, as is the teams, I'm going to sim all the games, and we'll see how it goes.
That is a great idea.
Just for shits. Yeah. Because the other night I was like, well, let's see how long it takes to sim a game first, you know? And it only takes a few minutes. It takes like 3 minutes or so to sim a game. So I was like, oh, I'll totally, like when I'm playing, when I'm done, I'll just sim a couple or something. And since we have the schedule way in advance, I can do them at my leisure, you know?
Leisure.
Mm-hmm. But I just like the fact that these teams, you know, some of these teams are essentially not even close to the same team anymore, and you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a beautiful idea, though, sir.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some sort of gimmicky thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you have it nailed there.
Yeah. And I love the fact, too, like I said, it's not the current version of Madden. It's a few years ago, you know? So it'll be interesting to see how these turn out. Watch it be the most accurate thing in the league.
That would be hilarious.
Madden knows all.
Madden knows all.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm, although, I don't know, the first game I simmed was, it was the, Bears at the Packers, and it ended up 21-14 Packers. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how accurate it was.
As a Bears fan, that sounds accurate.
Right. Yeah. We'll see.
Just saying.
What's funny, though, is like the Bears team in that should be not great. Well, yeah. It should be not very good because it's 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, yeah, like I said, it'll be fun to see how that turns out.
Right.
And again, you know, like I said, if you want to join, you know, just send a thing to us, saltylanguage@gmail.com. Or DM us on Twitter or hit us up on any social media and be like, hey, here's my email address. You know, we totally understand if you don't want to put it out there for everyone, but, you know.
Definitely. But, I mean, it's fun to just play along, and it's just for bragging rights. And
it's free. And like I just said, you know, if you want to do a gimmick one, and, you know, for anyone listening, if you're already in the league, if you want to do a second like gimmick entry, I can change the thing in the league so you can have more than one entry. I should have just done that. I created a whole separate account for it.
Oh yeah, you should definitely just change it.
Yeah. We legit have a Salty Language ESPN account that the name is listed as Salty Language. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So all right, moving on.
Beauty.
You got anything else?
No. I mean, I had delicious Pizza Cat for dinner, but that doesn't really mean anything to our listeners.
No, well, something to brag about, though.
Although I did have a pizza with pineapple on it.
So it wasn't a pizza, then?
Dude, Hawaiian pizzas were on sale today.
No.
So
they're abomination, Tony. Abomination.
Dude, they have a pizza. It's called the Heavy Samoan, and it's extra ham, extra bacon, and pineapple.
That's the only thing acceptable about it is the name.
It was like, Heavy Samoan's amazing.
Right.
Because, I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, manager special, all Hawaiians are on sale. And they started listing off the different ones. I was like, Heavy Samoan, that's amazing sounding.
Yeah.
Although I did also get I know everyone's going to be like, they're talking about a local thing I'll never forget. Come to Toledo, have Pizza Cat.
Yes.
Because I got the, I can't remember what it was called, some sort of Irish situation. And it was Irish butter brisket with peppers, onions, and cheese.
Oh, man, that sounds like I would put
it
in my
might
face.
Change your life.
It might. Jesus. That might get rid of this sinus issue I have.
Yeah.
I think I need to try.
Since the last time probably you had Pizza Cat, their menu's grown.
Yeah, I follow them on Instagram, I think it is, and they post a lot of times like what their new stuffs are. And I've been like, wow, they're putting some work in to try to make some legit pizzas there.
Well, Jeannie said when she went to pick it up, it was madness how busy it was.
I don't doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I guess there was a woman in there that does the Deliver Toledo, which is, like Uber Eats for, or whatever.
Yeah.
And she used to drive for Uber, drives full time because Pizza Cat, so many people order pizza through that app that she makes more money delivering pizza for them than she did doing Uber.
Wow.
So good on her.
Good on her.
and good on Pizza Cat.
Right. Yeah, because that's awesome. Because, local monies, man.
I know. Keep it local.
Yep. I like it. All right.
For sure.
So I got one story here that came out just a little bit ago. It came across on my phone, actually, from CNN. And apparently there's a global study that's saying no amount of alcohol is good for your overall health.
What? Bullshit.
Yep. Where is it? Alcohol is a leading risk factor for disease and premature death in men and women between the ages of 15 and 49 worldwide in 2016, accounting for nearly 1 in 10 deaths according to the study. Which, that's quite a bit. But, I was looking for other, let's see. All right, so the U.S. ranked, in this study, we ranked 5th place for all alcohol attributable male deaths. So, China, dude, okay, so we're in 5th place at 71,166.
Right.
Okay. What do you think China's number was? Their number one.
God. What was our number again?
Our number is 71,166.
300,000. It's going to be something crazy.
Okay, India at 2nd place has 289,859.
Oh my.
And you're close to them. But you're nowhere near China.
So I got to mark this up to like 700,000.
Closer. 650,822.
Per year alcohol deaths?
That's what this says is from 2016. That's how many.
Well, have you seen their scooter traffic?
And the smog and shit.
If someone has a pint and gets flattened by a garbage truck, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Now, here's the interesting part. So they have all those male deaths. Female deaths, the U.S. ranks 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th with 18,849. China, again, is number 1. How many do you think they have?
Oh, God. Well, I mean, since they basically throw girl babies in the garbage, does that count?
I don't. It's a lower number, I'll tell you that. Not that really moves the needle much.
I'm going to go up to 300,000 mark for the ladies.
No, this is actually much lower. It's 59,064.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing? They have almost 600,000 more male deaths than female deaths that are alcohol
attributable. That is pretty wild.
Yeah. And
I don't understand why, but that is wild.
And they're even saying, though, that seriously, that, like, even the old, like, 1 or 2 drinks a day is not okay. Like, that it is not good. And it actually it does contribute to your demise, essentially.
First off, stay out of my business. Second off,
mm-hmm.
Just because Brian, I'm trying to find this now. I'm sorry.
Wow, this is shocking.
We were talking about this stupid Infinity ring pops, you know?
Yeah.
And I saw a couple cool, like, Infinity Gauntlet things, so I was like, let me pull up Amazon real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to find this, but there's a separate category, because I just looked at Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
It says Women's Novelty Accessories. That's the category, Women's Novelty Accessories.
Mm-hmm.
And I am about 95% sure it's an Infinity Gauntlet kitchen glove.
Oh, okay. That's not where I thought that was going.
Oh, are you thinking like Infinity Gauntlet rubber fist or something?
Yeah, something more along those lines.
I mean, I'm sure what was that website we did of all the geeky sex toys?
Oh,
it might have been the website.
Yeah, I don't remember it though. Really quick, the oven mitt thing or whatever, came in a, like Marvel Collectors Club box.
Oh.
So luckily it wasn't issued as gender specific.
Okay, because I was like, that looks like a kitchen glove that is an Infinity Gauntlet, and that's horrible.
From what I've read,
there's only one Infinity glove, and clearly you need two.
Right. No, you don't. Not if you have the Infinity Gauntlet powers. You wouldn't need any more than that.
That's true.
You could just be like, hey, that should be on the table. Boom, it's on the table.
Boom, bing, bang.
I remember reading that those melt, that they don't hold up real well in heat.
So, geekysextoys.com for the low price to $99, you can get it's everything you can imagine it to be.
You can get what? Skype broke up really bad.
Oh, God damn it. geekysextoys.com, $99, get Infinity Fist.
Oh my.
Because of course you can.
Yeah, because of course you can, exactly.
They also have the arse reactor.
Please tell me it's like light up
arc reactor, but it's a butt plug.
Tell me it lights up.
It lights up.
Perfect.
And you can also get Moan-Eater. And it's with a dildo handle. And it has a little, like, resting thing you can put it in.
Oh, my God.
This is the best website.
Wow. What was it again? Geeky Sex Toys?
Oh, good.
Make sure you send me that link.
It's the website we talked about before. I was going to send you the general links that are super.
Yeah.
Because, incredible. You want to just see it now in the Skype links?
Oh, whatever. You can send it to me if you have any other links. So,
I will, because we have other random things to talk about, I guess. So, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. So I'll have this.
geekysextoys.com. Yes.
Nice. I'll have this story from CNN in the show notes if people want to read the whole deal. I just, like I said, it popped up on my phone just before we recorded, and I was like, well, this will be fun to talk about.
I still think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
Okay. Makes sense.
I mean, I had a lovely eating and a lovely beer of dinner. I'm not dead.
You're close. One more. Forget it.
Yeah. Yeah, one more. It's over, Jen.
Right. All right. So, you got anything else then? Before we move on to the Q of the W stuff?
I have some random links if we want to go over them. If not, that works for me too. I don't know what we're at time wise.
Yeah, we can go ahead. We can do a few at least.
Beauty. I'm still trying to get sex toy thing going here. All right. Mm-hmm. Come on, shitty computer. There we go. Yeah, we're rock and rolling. All right. So let's see here. How do you feel about this whole anti-plastic movement? Because my wife is very much into it.
She is or is not?
How are you feeling about it? She is. Because apparently Kroger is going to be America's largest supermarket chain to ban plastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure when they're going to be doing this. Oh, Jesus, I just opened up a thing. By 2025.
Oh, my.
That's a long ways away. I mean, I get the movement there. I mean, plastic is pretty much not good for anybody, but
yeah.
Thought a thing. I was like, holy shit, Kroger?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
That's not that as impressive as I thought it was.
I'm all for it.
I guess it's only 7 years.
There's a lot of wasted plastic size, and a lot of products like stuff like, do you remember like when CDs first came out? Remember they were in that huge thing, but it was only there was only something in one side of it basically, and like video game packaging has gotten thinner and smaller over the years because there's no really all it is a way to transport the disc. There's no instruction books or anything in it anymore. So yeah, I'm down with it. I'm one of those people though that I'll do some stuff, but I'm not going to get crazy about anything, and I'll tell you the one that bugs me a little bit is the straws. And the reason is like, it doesn't bother me as much now, but for some reason I used to have a real sensitivity with like my front teeth, and I couldn't drink from just straight from a cup, whether it was hot or cold, I had to use a straw. And paper straws suck over time,
Yes.
And so it was like, if places go to that really sucks. And they can't completely get rid of straws because, there's a lot of people with, with a handicap or whatnot that need a straw to be able to drink and what have you. But,
How are you going to shoot spitballs?
Right? So I don't know. Like I said, I can see where they want to get rid of those because it is something that's doable, but yeah, like voicing opinions on wanting to get rid of like plastic packaging and stuff seems like, that's how, you remember years ago McDonald's used to have styrofoam containers?
Yes. And
then people were like, those are the devil, and they got rid of them.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of the way I look at it, is it's, if in the world we live in now, people can voice their opinion faster and louder than ever.
Right.
Because all they have to do is just start tweeting at McDonald's or Starbucks or whoever,
I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, because that's, people do like living on Earth, and they're finding, plastic inside of fish and whales, and I get it.
I like my fish that way, though. It's delicious.
Flavor country.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Tenderizes from the inside out. But it's like, I mean, it's going to be a hard transition because there's, like we're talking about with the stupid dinosaur egg oatmeal. There's people that still eat that. I'm pretty sure these are the same people that are going to be like, I like my plastic.
Yep.
And yes, I'm judging and stereotyping.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, and the other side of it too is it's like, okay, as long as the alternative is not worse, like I don't want to see food places go to more styrofoam.
Right.
Because that's not a good move. Styrofoam's toxic with heat and stuff too. In fact, styrofoam shouldn't even touch food realistically from what I've read. It sounds like whether it's hot or cold food, it can, mess with you. So it's like, it should never even be around food to begin with. But, and then plastic, obviously, same gimmick. You get it too hot, it gives off chemical stuffs and whatnot. So I don't know. you know, like I said, I just hope that the answers aren't that way. You know, I hope that it would be more of like, hey, how can we minimize this? And let's use more like cardboard or paper because it can be recycled and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, it was like, you know, in Traverse City, we had that Little Fleet place and everything was compostable basically.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Right.
You know, so I mean, and it was, you know, legit forks and all that you just were made of whatever, corn husks and babies and whatever else.
Yeah, that'd be the other issue with a lot of places, you know, is the forks. But even it's like, you know, I saw somebody that was griping about Starbucks, you know, and the straws, and I was like, how many plastic cups does Starbucks put into the landfill every year because of their coffees? I mean, I know straws is the easiest fix, but it's like, you know, there's other things that could be done there too.
And you know, I mean, pro tip for you guys not to know, if you take your own cup in a Starbucks, they'll fill it and you get a small discount on your drink.
Like a nickel off, yeah.
Yeah, it's very small. But I've done it before because, you know, I like my coffee cup and it keeps it hotter longer and stuff, you know. Plus, why waste? You know, why? You know, I'm not a hippie or anything, but why waste it?
Yeah.
And although, you know, I do for the Starbucks cold drinks, I am looking forward to when they have the sippy cup lids.
Right.
Because I'm not really a straw fan per se.
Right.
And yes, because you know you're especially when I was driving truck, I'm like, burly bearded guy sipping out of his iced coffee, looking like Zoolander driving on the road.
Right. That's funny.
But you know, whatever.
Mm.
So we got that going for us. Also got Snoop Dogg is going to be releasing his first cookbook soon.
I saw that earlier. Yeah.
So the book's called From Crook to Cook. It's going to feature 50 of the rapper's all-time favorite recipes from his personal collection. Says his kitchen is blazing. He wants to share his favorite culinary delights with other foodies. The beautiful singer. Why did he put that in there?
I don't
know. You know what's blazing up in my kitchen? I'm taking the cookbook game higher with a dipped and whipped collection of my favorite recipes. You dig? I love it. The cover of the book is terrific because it kind of looks like an early album cover, but there's like rolling pins and knives and stuff and like the pinstriping around it and all that.
Right.
And it's platinum recipes from the Boss Dog's kitchen. Says the recipes will range from baked mac and cheese and chicken and waffles to easy orange chicken, lobster thermidor, and filet mignon.
Whoa.
His debut collection will be cannabis free, but he's planning on launching marijuana themed books in 2020.
Because why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't he? If he doesn't drop it on 4/20/20,
right?
He's dumb.
Yeah. That's what they're holding out for.
It could be.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. I hope that book is filled with just like various Snoop Dogg references.
Yeah, I agree.
Like from
Mr.
songs.
Dizzle.
Right. Like drop this like it's hot, you know?
Oh God. Please don't. But yes. When it comes out, I might have to see if like the local library has it. Probably not here in up here in Temperance. They'd be like, blasphemy.
Right.
I'm very actually depressed going to that library. I was like, oh, here's a book I want to read. Oh, they don't have it. Here's a book I want to read. Oh, they don't have it.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's like the only library in the area. So all the money in this area goes to one library, but there's so many books they don't have. Yeah. I don't know how many times I had books sent there from other libraries.
Yeah, I guarantee they probably have 45 copies of Dirk Bentley's fucking biography or whatever.
Yeah, you're probably right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
But that's all I got if we want to move on to cute dubs, man.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Get that cute dubs. Last week, this is just suggested by our pal Garrett. He asked us, what G or PG movie would you remake as a hard R?
Mm-hmm.
My wife, I think I've got all-time record for saying that this episode.
I think so.
She wants to see Witches remade as a hard R.
Witches? What movies? I don't remember that movie.
Isn't that with, no, that was Hocus Pocus I'm thinking of. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
what I'm probably like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, probably, because we're both like, durr.
Yeah, I know I've seen it. The Witches. I just said witches. My bad.
Well, now I know what you're talking about.
While staying in a hotel in England with his grandmother, Helga, young Luke inadvertently spies on a convention of witches. I remember this movie now. The Grand High Witch, who's played by Angelica Houston.
Oh, okay, yep.
Reveals a plan to turn all children into mice through a magical formula. They find out Luke is overheard. They turn him into a mouse. Yeah. This is actually a fun movie.
Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure though how it could be a hard R movie.
Lots of nudity.
Lots of nudity. That could be sexy witch orgy.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom. Mouse with a boner running around.
Right. Wait.
It's crazy. I could see the mouse like jumping out of an air duct with like a steak knife. Yeah. Stabbing a witch through the face.
Well, here's some great news.
Dude, Witches meets Die Hard. Boom.
That's your answer for everything, is whatever meets Die Hard.
Yes.
All right.
Ice cream meets Die Hard. That's my going to be my ice cream stand.
Delicious.
I don't know what it would be called. Now I have sprinkles. Ho, ho, ho.
Something like that, yeah. I'll allow it.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm. So off to the side on IMDb, it says, time to reread The Witches because Warner Brothers is rebooting the cult classic movie.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Well, are they going to reboot as a hard R?
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Maybe she knows stuff we don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? It looks like Robert Zemeckis is being brought in to direct and write.
Right.
So, anyway.
So let's flip on over to Face Page, Brian, where Dev, he says, Toy Story. Picture Woody as Doc Holliday from Tombstone. Buzz as Rico from Starship Troopers. With the Army Men as various characters from Full Metal Jacket. Sid is actually Dr. Moreau, but with toys and people. And he has given rise to Andy as Chucky. I like it.
I do too.
I just like the idea of Doc Holliday and Rico hanging out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Me too.
Thomas Pondick, he says, big. Josh has turned into a 30-year-old overnight after visiting an enchanted fortune teller machine. He goes to tell his friends after school the next day. They promptly inform an adult about the strange man pretending to be their friend. Josh is taken into police custody on suspicion of being a diddler. He's not a diddler.
Wow.
He tells the police and forensic psychiatrist a story. He spends the rest of his life in a mental institution after being found guilty of his own murder, but also being diagnosed as clinically insane.
Wow.
Deep.
Yeah.
And Thomas also submitted another answer to our QW.
I like it.
Says The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a John Wick-style revenge story. Simba trains to fight his whole life to avenge his father. He lives a trail of blood, carving his way through all the hyenas to get his paws on Scar. After a long fight, Scar sees the monster he's created and begs for mercy. Simba is filled with rage and murders him regardless. He has some kind of existential breakdown as he realizes he might have been the real villain the whole time, and then rules the kingdom with an iron paw after he snaps and murders Timon and Pumbaa for questioning him.
Oh my. Wow, it got extra dark there at the end. I was like, I'm on board. Dark. I like this, yeah. Poor Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa. Mm-hmm. And then, Brian,
mm-hmm.
our buddy Dev, shared our post.
Yeah.
Which has the same answers and a message to us. Don't forget to remember these. And then Jared, good old Jared, FRJ, he says, Kazam. I want to see Shaq with his infinite acting skills become a vengeful genie and goes on a murder spree rather than to save the kid.
Just picture Shaq just clubbing people like he's, some giant in WWE.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It says that there's 13. There it is. Okay. I hate Facebook.
Yep.
Let's see here. Chuck, he says Iron Giant maybe. And then he also says Clue.
Oh, man. Clue would be a good one. Like, Clue definitely. Iron Giant is a perfect film and doesn't need to be touched at all. No.
Exactly. Should never been brought up. Frank, he says The Never-Ending Story. Like a better version of Game of Thrones.
Okay. I could see that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Derek says, The Land Before Time. Make it graphic as fuck when Littlefoot's mom dies. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Damn it.
Then Frank says, I started actually typing that before I decided on it. I wanted to go with an American Tail, but I couldn't remember enough about the plot.
we already nailed it anyway, so
nailed American Tail.
That one's finished.
Andrew, he comes in cheaper by the dozen. Those goddamn cannibals. And then he adds 101 Dalmatians with a taste for blood and leg humping.
Oh my.
The Little Meth Rascals. Home Alone, but Kevin hunts. This is Derek. Home Alone, but Kevin hunts the intruders like Predator. And then Gary Sobek. Oh, I know him from the comic books. Free Willy would just become Blackfish, with Madison shooting everyone like a Tarantino flick.
Well, there's some fine movies in here.
All right. So there you go. Let me go through and like all these. This is a fine thing.
Once we get our movie studio open, we may have to option some of these.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Or if Travis is listening.
Right.
I hear he has dealings with movies now.
He can help us bankroll Salty Studios.
I like
Finally.
it. Finally, yeah. He's like, I'll give you $5 toward it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Just head to the bar.
Yeah. We got one in. I didn't see any over on Twitter.
Ooh.
And I can't remember any from Twitter. I scrolled a ways back and didn't see them, so.
Boo!
If I missed yours, I'm very sorry. Point it out to me and I'll read it next week.
Man.
And now to the emails.
The lack of Twitter.
Ooh, that's really low. Yeah.
What was that, Brian?
I said that was really low. All right, so Ashley sent me, she has 3 that she was trying to go between last night, and I was like, basically like, no, we'll take them all.
Yeah, definitely. The more the merrier.
The first one is The Last Starfighter. Kid still wins the video game and gets recruited, but the war is the D-Day landing and Saving Private Ryan. Aliens getting blown up, guys wandering around looking for their own arm, totally hellish shit. Protagonist is just some kid that really, really didn't sign up for this shit.
That sounds amazing.
That'd be dark as hell, right?
That would be dark as hell.
Or Rat Race, the same premise of the comedy about everyone racing to get a big prize, but everyone is trying to kill each other also. So it's full of over-the-top cartoon-level hyper-violence, like Death Race meets the Wacky Racers cartoon.
That would be amazing.
I would love that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Or a Wacky Racers cartoon meets Die Hard.
Yes.
Yeah. Or
it's
finally,
Wacky Races in a skyscraper.
Of course. Where else would you have them?
Yeah, for sure.
The last one is Theodore Rex. T-Rex police officer, but instead of it being a cast-off from the show Dinosaurs, it's Jurassic Park-style T-Rex. He and Whoopi Goldberg have to take down some crime syndicate, and the movie is just pretty much a giant gun battle with a car chase, with a T-Rex eating and ripping everyone apart.
Now, I kind of want to see a buddy cop movie when it's an actual T-Rex as one of the cops.
Right?
I mean, I don't have a T-Rex drawer, but I have this. So,
pretty close.
It's close enough.
Yeah, bears are almost like T-Rexes.
They're close.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bear Squad. We already covered that.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
The Salty Bear Squad, yep.
Salty Bear Squad.
All right. So, Cheeto Bandito says, what PG movie would I remake into a hard R? Star Wars. Yeah, I know, I'm fucking with that which shall not be fucked with, but come on, a hard R? Hell yeah. Luke getting the shit whooped out of him by sand people, the flesh burning off Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, Greedo's gaping wound from the Han firing first. Never doubt that he fired first, kids. Amen to that.
Yeah, for sure. Preach on, brother.
Right? Chewie ripping the arms off of stormtroopers, Obi-Wan getting sliced in half by Vader's saber, and hell yeah, you know there's there'll be a Leia nip slip or two in there.
Boy, you gotta. And we already covered there was no space bras.
Right? Yeah, man, I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah.
That was from George Lucas himself.
It sure was. I wish I could remember what the George Lucas voice sounded like we used to do.
I don't know. Just anytime you make one up, it's the correct one. So
I mean, it's been like so long we've been doing this.
Yep. So yeah, he said, his nerd boner's out of control right now. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I agree. You really could just dial up that violence. I mean, it's really not necessary, but it'd be cool as hell to see.
Well, I mean, and they kind of did that in some of the Dark Horse comics. Some of them got a little violent.
Right. But I like, there's just something about, Luke going back and just seeing that his uncle's been turned into well-done bacon and, he throws himself into the sand and, for the overhead, no, or whatever shot,
Right.
Perfect. I love it.
I mean, we were talking about burnt ends earlier. Delicious.
Yep.
So I'm just going to put this out there right now.
Okay.
If I ever, for some reason, have any sort of situation in my life where I'm slinging barbecue for a living, Uncle Ben's burnt ends will be on the menu.
Oh, that's so good. I would buy those.
Just to see if anyone gets it.
That would be so good. Wow.
In fact, I might go, when we're done here, grab my little food book that I've been putting together, my little notebook, and write Uncle Ben's burnt ends and just leave it blank for when I'm doing burnt ends.
I think you should do that because,
yes,
dude, I'll tell you. Okay, so there's a shirt idea, to
definitely
make it look, like it's something from the menu or whatever. Oh man. All right, so that's
just H2O.
Those are the ones I have.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And hold on. Sorry, well,
nope.
Way behind on the things.
I like what you got. Good job.
Fawoosh.
Mm-hmm. You know it. All right, so for this week's Q of the W, Tony, I need you to give me a number 1 through 24.
Oh, okay. 17.
17, okay. Because I have a list of various questions I've been compiling. And
so what is this?
Yeah, I just have you randomly pick a number and that'll be the one we use.
That's fun.
If you could write a new law that everyone had to obey, what law would you create?
That everyone had to obey.
It says had to obey, yeah.
Oof.
There's so many ways people can go with this one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know this is a very simple one, but it's the first thing that popped in my head, so I guess I better go with it. Use your fucking blinker. You know how many times I've been sitting at a road and waiting to turn and the person in front of me goes the way and it feels like, if you had the blinker on, I wouldn't have to wait.
Right.
Just simple stuff like that.
Yeah. Or sometimes when you're going to turn someplace, someone's lined up to where they'd go straight at you and you're like, well, they could go straight or turn here. So you have to wait. And then they just, they take forever and finally, turn and you're like, if you had had your signal on, I could have went 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I could have went. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, very simple, but it takes a quarter calorie to flip that little lever, you fucks.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I'm sure all of our listeners use blinkers because they're stand-up citizens.
Of course.
But spread it to your savage friends.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of want to stay simple too, even though mine is, it's not really simple, which is, I can't decide. I want to go one of two ways here. Either I want to go with, pay attention when you're driving. Pay attention to your driving, while you're driving.
Stay off your damn phone?
That too, but just there's just so many things that people don't look for or see when they're driving, and it drives me crazy, or what you were just saying, that kind of stuff. Pay attention, use your, follow the rules, whatever. And, the other would probably be about just show common courtesy,
yeah.
I don't know how many times it happened again, when I was in Walmart today, I was I said, excuse me to somebody so I could get to something. And they look at me like I just, said that I fornicated with their mother on a stack of Bibles, And,
well, I mean, you got to have your hobbies.
Right. And it's like, Jesus, like, like I said, excuse me, so it's like, it's not like I'm just shoving you out of the way, like,
right. Yeah.
But stuff like that. It's like, in grocery stores, you see it so much where people don't understand that essentially, aisles work similarly to the road, right? You go one way on one side, that way everyone can move easier. And it's just shit like that. Just all those kind of things. And not just in grocery stores, but anywhere just about, gas stations are terrible for it. People not paying attention to what's around them and just, whatever. So
well, this is why, Brian, we need wolves running amok. Because those people that aren't paying attention will be dragged into the woods.
Mm-hmm. Or thrown.
Yes.
Like,
or thrown into the woods.
Hey, I got something over here for you. Why are you making me wear this meat necklace?
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Everyone's wearing them, dude.
Yeah, it scares off the raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Take your pick on those, but either one of those would be mine, because it just irritates the shit out of me how people just don't, and if there was another one, it would probably be, close your fucking mouth when you chew.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's too many people who don't know, and that means anything. Gum, foodstuffs, whatever you're chewing.
Dick.
Right. Wait, maybe don't close your mouth then. Unless you have no teeth, then that's a different story.
Yeah, then we'll debate about it.
Yeah.
I think it really all comes down to the simple Will Wheaton rule of thumb. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, it really is. That really should be everyone's answer, really. It's just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I know I don't have perfect kids. I'm just trying to raise them to not be assholes.
Right.
That's my ultimate goal in life.
Yeah, I agree. It's, my mom has said that overall, various times through the years when somebody would compliment me on something, and she, like that kind of a thing. Or, even when I was a little kid, that like I didn't shy away from, like we did a flea market. There's a kid behind us that had Down syndrome, and other kids that were in the thing at the time were kind of like, like you and whatever. And I just talked with him, and, he had a little like tabletop basketball game thing. So we'd sit there and play it and whatever. Just the fact that I treated him like a human,
right.
Because that's how I was brought up. You treat people like people. It's a radical
how many
concept.
Wins did you get?
I mean, all the time. No. Ball of sun. No. No, I lost most of the time. He was way better at it than me, even though it was pretty much just one of those, like, where it just lines up. Like, it moves back and forth automatically and you just shoot the basketball.
Right.
I was terrible at it, so, Which makes sense. Think about my sniping skills. They're not great.
That's true. Good point.
Things move and I'm like, oh.
Like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm all out of sorts,
right.
Guys.
I have to snipe with, like, a laser so that I can just keep moving it,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like weed whagging.
Right.
From a distance.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
But, like I said, that's the kind of stuff, and she'd hear about it. She'd be like, like that, like, you did something right. Cause you're, those are the kind of things that really people shouldn't have to compliment you on, cause it's the Chris Rock bit, Yeah. You do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right.
There you go. All right. So, the question was then,
if you
Brian?
could write a new law that everyone had to obey, what law would you create?
Show me what you got.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
All right. Well, head on over to saltylanguage.com. You can check out all the past episodes. You can check out the enthusiast episodes we've posted. You can find all the social media links. You can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network, or entertainment. I was waiting for you to play the 369 or something there.
I thought about it. I so thought about it.
Oh, man. If you'd like to help the show out, we'd appreciate it if you're shopping on Amazon. Swing by our site first. Click the Amazon banner and then shop away. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and they help us out a little bit.
Yeah, throw some pennies, some nickels and dimes.
Right. Other ways you can help us out, if you would, was, just send us straight cash. No, we accept all amounts.
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's what we're doing now,
sure,
yeah,
we're begging. It's okay.
All right, that's what we do.
Now, if you're using the Apple Podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe. Well, again, I guess whatever app you're using, if you can rate, review, subscribe, please do so. Or at least like or share whatever the show, retweet our tweets, share our Facebook posts with your pals and tell them, say, hey, these guys, they talk about Iron Wang. These guys are
some stand-up gentlemen.
Right? They talk about Iron Wang on their 369 episode. So, Oh man. So yeah, we would, greatly appreciate it. And what else am I forgetting on there? Anything?
I think you nailed it there.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to get a hold of the show, like to suggest a Q of the W, or to suggest to send us a story to talk about or whatever, or just to send us questions to talk about, however you want, you can send them to us via email at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can hit us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
I'm at Monotony there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also, of course, find me on the old Snapchat as a salty_language.
You can find me at Ninjitsu. If you so dare. I don't know.
If you dare.
So, yeah, I think that's, and again, if you, want to join Dude Mountain, send us your email and we'll get you signed up or an invite sent out to you for that. And,
indeed.
Yeah, so I guess that's everything, right?
I think we're official.
Mm-hmm. Oh, go check out my other podcast, The Crazy Life.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah, me and Heno talked about ways to tell if you're a toxic person this week. It's kind of a fun chat, so go check that out. Or else, I got nothing. So I guess until next time, have a beer. You'll be fine.
69, dudes!
Definitely.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing here. Let's play us out with the other sound drop.
369, damn.